Spoiler alert. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is a wild ride of weirdness indeed, and is certainly not a kid-friendly movie. Without giving too much away, it is filled with demons, deception, and despair that regains hope by trusting in others, lots of others, self-sacrifice to save the day. And in the end, there is even redemption for the darkest soul of all, one also trapped in despair and hopelessness. Today's Saturdays in the Psalms edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary returns to Psalm 22 and the writer's cry of despair because of his sense of hopelessness at feeling abandoned by God. Ultimately, he reveals his continued trust in God when he says, "Yet you are holy," Psalm 22, verse 3. It is a trust that knows he was never alone no matter his circumstances. He goes on to describe how he was surrounded by enemies, people, strong bulls, ravenous lions, dogs, a band of evildoers, he calls them, or his current feelings of helplessness. A worm, a reproach, poured out like water, bones out of joint, heart melted like wax, strength dried up, in the mouth of a lion, gored by bulls, he calls himself. Psalm 22, verses 6 through 21. And then he boldly declares, "For he has not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, nor has he hidden his face from him. But when I cried to him for help, he heard." Psalm 22, verse 24. Even before that conclusion, the writer lays his faith that God will come to his rescue throughout his description of his current circumstances. Verses 4 and 5 declare Israel's prior trust and deliverance. "In you our fathers trusted. They trusted, and you delivered them." Verses 9 and 10 declare his trust from childhood. "You have been my God from my mother's womb." Verses 19 through 21 turn to God with a cry for help and expected deliverance. "From the horns of the wild oxen, you answer me." And then verses 22 through 31 end Psalm 22 with a declaration of praise and trust. "In the midst of the assembly, I will praise you." I marvel at how much Marvel borrows from God. Buried in the multiverse of madness is a relentless desire for hope and redemption, an affirmation that each person's life is valuable. Psalm 22 and Jesus say, "So is yours." There is hope for rescue and redemption. Christ came and sacrificed himself to save you from the worst despair of all, eternity alone. Untold believers have sacrificed themselves to continue sharing his message of eternal salvation with you and with others. Will you listen and let him save you? Thank you for watching the Saturdays in the Psalms edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.